It's 7:41 in the morning. I'm in Malton at home, and I'm heading for the bus to York. I've had this bright idea to go home to Newcastle and try and ride around all 60 Tynemouth metro stations. I don't know why. I think it's got something to do with the fact that I'm 30 on Friday. Woohoo. I've always sort of looked at the London Underground Tube Challenge as sort of like a achievement. But the Tynemouth Metro is the biggest metro system outside of London, and it's on my stomping ground. Train's delayed by 4 minutes. I've arrived in Newcastle, and it's time to go on the metro for the first time. The Tynemouth Metro was opened on the 7th of August 1980, but not fully, as large sections were still under construction. The yellow line opened between Haymarket and Tynemouth, and the green line opened between Haymarket and Byker. A year later, in 1981, the Queen came to open the Queen Elizabeth Bridge over the Tyne to take metro over the river to Gateshead and beyond for the first time. By 1984, the metro finally reached their shields, and the original phase of construction was complete. This map shows 4 colours and 4 different lines, not 2 as we're used to now. Sections between St James's and North Shields showed as blue, and the line between Peelhaugh and Benton was red. Metro was constructed using former railway lines linked with new tunnel infrastructure and structures like the Byker viaduct. The network spans 77.5 kilometres, which is 48.2 miles. And comprises 60 stations, 9 of which are underground. Over 36 million passenger journeys were made in 2018-19, and its size means it's the second largest metro system in the UK after the London Underground. The network uses metro cars built specifically for the network when it opened in 1980, meaning they're coming up to 40 years old. And in the 90s, they had their first refurbishment inside and out. Outside, a new paint job to replace the yellow and white of the Tynemouth PTE days, turned into green, red and blue trains with yellow. By 1991, an extension to Newcastle Airport was completed, and with it too, a station called Hylton Parkway, after Bankford and before Airport, which is used as a park and ride. In 2002, the metro was extended again to Sunderland and South Hylton, shown here in a during construction map, and on this other map when it was finished, which doesn't look too far away from today's map. When the extension was opened, the Queen came again to officially open it. As time went on and demand grew, certain areas of the network required new stations. Northumberland Park, a new hub because of the Cobalt Business Park, opened in 2005, and Simonside opened for its local community in 2008. Between 2010 and 2015, the metro cars had their second refurbishment. The new livery was all over grey with yellow doors, with the fronts and backs of trains being yellow and black. At this point, stations were all meant to match the new colour scheme, but up until now, nearly 10 years later, all stations still don't match. Many extensions have been proposed over the years, none of which yet have come to fruition. And the metro cars, yep, their replacements have already been ordered, These is what they'll look like. They've been ordered from Stadler. They'll be coming in 2023 and replace the existing fleet entirely by 2024. Whichever train arrived at platform 1 first would dictate the route of the day. If it was a Green Line train, it would be through to Sunderland and South Hylton, doubling back to Sunderland and getting a bus to South Shields. If it was a Yellow Line train, I'd be going through to South Shields and getting a bus the other direction to Sunderland. The first train that came was a Green Line train, so it was through to Sunderland and South Hylton, then back to Sunderland to catch a bus to South Shields. To do that, I had to cross the Tyne, across the beautiful Queen Elizabeth Bridge. Staying with flight, home to Sunderland Association Football Club. Boo! So progress, we've come all the way from here, all the way down to the end of the line, South Hylton. We're going to go back up to Sunderland, get out, get a bus to South Shields, wipe out this section here, back to Central, change back to a Green Line and go up to the airport, come back on myself to South Gosforth, head on round the loop to the coast and back again. Back at Sunderland and I'm off for a bus to South Shields. E2 at 11:44, 40 minutes, should be there for 20 past 12. Scratch that, I'm getting the 20. So the go north is 20 km first, so I'm on that. Next stop, South Shields interchange. South Seals interchange. We're going to pop into the town centre and I'll show you where the metro still goes over the bridge in the town centre, but that's where the station used to be and it's now been replaced by this brand new one and an interchange. So we'll have a little look where that used to be, come back here and get on the metro. When I got into the town centre, I realised I'd been mistaken. I was under the impression that the new interchange was after this old station. Turns out it's actually before, meaning no metro trains pass over this bridge anymore. I used to always find it quirky seeing a metro station and metro trains right above the high street, like this, but now that is a thing of the past. The station building next door, which took you to platform level, is now gone, meaning the entire street looks different. Thankfully, the new interchange, which combines buses and metros together, more than makes up for it. And on the new platforms, if you look to your right, you can see the old station and bridge just along the line. How long it all stays there now no trains use it is anyone's guess. This year the Metro is celebrating its 40th birthday and they've commemorated it here on the Metro logo at Monument. Right, I exited at Monument and now I'm walking to St James's because it's really fiddly and out the way of both lines. So we'll do that. We're then going to walk to Haymarket and then we'll go from there to and from the airport back to the city centre and then hopefully get into the coast loop. And since we're going to St James's Metro station, we cannot miss out St James's Park. So it may have started raining, but I'm at the home of my beloved Newcastle United. There's Sir Bobby Robson. Unbeknownst to me, it was actually Sir Bobby Robson's birthday on the day I recorded. And we're heading up the hill to check out a bit of artwork they've done on the wall with all the team and everything on. And that's been done since I've been last year, so let's take a look. Yep, so here on the wall we've got every player that's made a first team appearance ever for Newcastle United. And just here we've got the current first team squad, complete with Steve Bruce manager. Debatable, but he's doing alright over now, will not complain. And yeah, there is space for you to go on yourself, but it's raining, I'm on my own, so let's not bother, let's get onwards. Much like Sunderland's Stadium of Light station is red and white, Newcastle's St James's Park station is black and white. Fans pile out of this station into the stadium on match days, and it's decorated with those fans in mind. All over the walls are loads of pictures of former players and managers of Newcastle United. And on the concourse floor you'll find a mock pitch featuring autographs and boot prints of Newcastle United legends like Premier League all-time top goal scorer Alan Shearer. And when you go down the escalator, you'll notice that the decoration doesn't stop there. It's to the side of you and above your head, all the way down to platform level. This could have just been a regular station, but they've really gone to town to make it extra special for Newcastle United fans. At St James's, the metro has just been suspended between South Shields and Chichester, which are like two stops. The first two stops I use when I come from South Shields. So I've made it really lucky getting out of there actually. And there's a really long wait for the train. So we're going to walk to Haymarket and get the train from Haymarket to the airport. And then we're going to turn at the airport because the airport's end of the line. And then we will head to South Gosforth where we can catch the yellow line to loop around the coast, back to Central Station, and the 60 stations will be complete. This is Haymarket bus station, one of two terminating bus stations in Newcastle city centre, taking in all the buses from Northumberland and North Tyneside. Alongside it is Haymarket Metro Station surface building. This was redeveloped between 2006 and 2009. The old surface building looked like this. It was also patrolled by a string of concrete figures deemed by the locals as Lego men. These were very unpopular, and when the station was redeveloped they were removed. And it wasn't just the outside of Haymarket Metro Station that got a revamp, inside did too. The revamp, in my opinion, made it one of the most bright and most colourful stations on the entire network, which is no mean feat when you consider that this station is very deep underground. So yes, we're now at airport. The green line finishes here. So if we get back on it, we'll head back to South Gosforth, change out the yellow line and do the coast loop. Obviously the best seat on the metro is like the DLR in London, at the front so it looks like you're driving. Obviously though, someone are taking it.
Cool bus services.
This is a quick shot of the Metro Maintenance Depot just outside South Gosforth, where the trains go to bed. The next train to the coast is not for 15 minutes, so I've got to wait. Good to know. Between Cullercoats and Tynemouth, you can see the sea. Look out the window for an absolutely glorious view of the beautiful Tynemouth seafront. Tynemouth, like many of the coastal stations, is beautiful as it retains many original features from when it was a British rail station, not like your average metro station. Tynemouth is probably the biggest. It's even got abandoned platforms, some of which have been filled in now. The station saw less service in the 60s and 70s, and by the 80s, authority of the station had been passed over to the Tynemouth PTE ready for Metro. Metro brought more services and with it more footfall. And if it's football you're talking about, the station's no busier than at the weekend when it hosts its own market, selling everything from records to antiques. And Tynemouth makes it 50, which means there's 10 stations left to go on this coast loop.
is Walker Gate. Byker.
After Byker Station and seeing the Byker Wall, next up is the Byker Viaduct. The viaduct runs over and alongside one of the main roads into Newcastle. The view from the train and of the train are simply breathtaking. Just take a look. Station 60 of 60 coming up now. Manners. Monument, 60 stations done. So that was me there on the Tynemouth Metro. Just before I go for my train, I'm going to visit Warswick Street, which is actually an abandoned old bus station that used to be used by Northern General years and years ago. It's just down here. There we go, look, you can even still see the lettering in the wall. And with that done, I'm off back to Central Station for the train home.